Ladies and gentlemen, Jimmy here. How are you guys doing today? I'm doing fine, just came back from my vacation, and I am very excited to share my plan, my thesis, my outlook with you. Hope you guys are ready for it. So, what do we see here on this Ethereum Bitcoin chart? Um, I have been sharing this chart for a long time. Even before we saw a breakout from this bearish parabola, I've been sharing this and saying we might gonna escape this bearish parabola, marking the end of the downtrend. Go back to my previous videos and my tweets, you will see exactly that. No hindsight bullshit. I'm very allergic to hindsight bullshit. I'm just sharing my game plan and my thesis with you. I'm not that type of guy that's changing his thesis every day. Of course, for every bullish thesis, you need to have a bearish thesis to keep you sharp. But eventually, trading is all about execution. You can chart as much as you want, but if there's no execution, there's no trade, and you're basically wasting your time unless you think charting is cool. And honestly, I think it's kind of cool charting, but it's not the reason why I'm charting. Charting is an essential part of trading. It's basically the preparation. So we see this beautiful breakout parabola tested this level. We are seeing beautiful higher lows. And this is not the structure you want to fade, right? This was a very strong dominant downtrend. This price action is basically not confirming this price action here. That should be clear, right? I've marked my key levels, these gray boxes here and here and here. This is a key level for Ethereum. The RSI is actually here on the 3-day chart above the 70 level. We just crossed the 70 level, which is actually a good sign because I tend to believe that the real magic happens when the RSI is crossing the 70 level. Here we're trading below it. And this is just another, visualization that we're actually now tapping into a pretty strong resistance level. So since Ethereum against Bitcoin did a 110% since the end of this parabola, or since this low, 110%, ladies and gentlemen, in what? In 119 days. It may sound a lot, 119 days, but listen, we just need a few weeks before the narrative really changes and then up with a lot of range bound price action. But still 119 days, or let's say 120 days, and you're printing 110% profits or 110% up is a lot. It's really good performance, excellent performance. But here's the mistake many people make or have made in this cycle is Bitcoin is not going to make you rich. And I think this is bullshit. This is a big fallacy. We have seen that a lot of altcoins depreciated against Bitcoin. Not having Bitcoin actually makes you poor. The what we have seen, especially after the ETFs, after after the halving, companies, public companies, private companies, countries, people, they really wanted to add Bitcoin into their portfolio. They were not interested at all in altcoins. This same kind of philosophy mindset could also be applied on Ethereum. There are a lot of entities buying Ethereum. I'm not talking about you, neighbor, or me or you. I'm talking about bigger companies through the ETFs or through different instruments. We could see a dominant Ethereum cycle for the next few weeks, which means altcoins are not going to perform, very good. Ethereum is going to outperform altcoins and Bitcoin. This narrative, this scenario is very, very possible. So keep that in mind. Don't think, hey, nice, Ethereum is going up, my altcoins are going up because Ethereum goes up. No, that's the outdated mindset. That kind of narrative would work in 2021 or 2019 or 2018, 17. We are now living in 2025. So wake up, okay? Ethereum up doesn't mean alts going up, period. It could boost some confidence into some of the alts, but it doesn't per se mean capital rotation into altcoins from Ethereum to altcoins. No, it doesn't work like that anymore. Unfortunately, this market is a little bit harder to trade, but what we see here is a beautiful structure. We got rejected here, a very normal, logical level to get rejected here. What could happen is maybe some more range bounds price action, maybe even could go even lower. It could last for a few weeks, maybe a few months, nobody knows. But I do believe that we're gonna see a little pause of this strong uptrend, especially since Ethereum against Bitcoin printed a 110%. Hope this is clear. If it's gonna break out, that would be beautiful. I would easily see Ethereum against Bitcoin trading around 0.046. The funny thing is when Bitcoin was trading here, it was 0.018, and I was saying I could easily see Bitcoin heading towards 0.023 and eventually 0.032. In my mind, not gonna lie, it sounds like wow, it's gonna take years for that to see Ethereum against Bitcoin at these levels. It can happen really very quickly. So that's Ethereum against Bitcoin. It looks really good. I wouldn't fade the trend here. We might see some warning signs, as in bearish divergence here and there. Where is it? Here, this is bearish divergence, but we see that the trend is up. So this bearish divergence is for you more a warning sign that things could slow down. So take it easy and do not expect this kind of price action, this aggressive price action happening right now, right here. Ethereum USDT, beautiful price action. I mean, it was hard to trade Ethereum when it was ranging here. This is a beautiful swing failure pattern, and look what happened after the swing failure pattern. Boom. Was I able to trade this? No. Had I marked this level? Yes. Sometimes when you chart and mark your levels, it's maybe common sense, but don't be too hard to yourself if you missed your entries, even though you were prepared. I mean, you did your homework, you analyzed everything, you set your alerts. But if you're unable, you have not an automated trading system, you do everything manually, just like me. It can happen, and you should tolerate that for yourself. Look, this key level is a very interesting key level. This is a multi-year SNR level. This level is older than 1,600 days, 1,600 days. So that shows you the intensity, the strength of this SNR level. We had this beautiful breakdown, quickly regrouped. The bulls quickly regrouped, and see what happened. Boom, price action up, consolidation, boom, price action up, and now it's trading above this SNR level. So this used to be resistance, resistance, resistance. So I mark this also as a major high time frame resistance level. I've shared this in the last many videos, to be honest. So this could be your what? This could be your throwback, your bullish retest. But that would be, in my eyes, too textbook-ish. If Bitcoin, is cooling down, and making, it could make like a very aggressive move to the downside, and I'm gonna show you why I believe. Then I could easily see Ethereum doing like something like this, and then people might think, okay, shit, this is the what? This is a annoying, very ugly bearish retest, and then Ethereum goes up. Okay, this is a potential scenario, and I believe this is a scenario that would induce a lot of fear. If that happens, I'm happy to open a position. What else do we have here on the weekly? I would love to see after the breakout the RSI, heading towards the 70 level, crossing the 70 level, because that's where the real magic happens. And then we could easily take out this high, and basically Ethereum printing a new all-time high. And I do really see Ethereum trading above around if we're gonna see a breakout around 8K. Really, I mean 8K. It's not a very crazy level for Ethereum. Might take time, but very possible. Okay, now Bitcoin. This year, I'm gonna be honest, I've traded, let's say, 90% or even more Bitcoin rather than altcoins, because I believe Bitcoin, in my world, Bitcoin is easier to trade. The price action is cleaner. I know we don't predict, but there's some more predictability to Bitcoin than many other altcoins, and also a lot of altcoins, they're actually in a macro bearish price action compared to Bitcoin. So I've been using here like very simple price action, volume profile. What I believe is this here price action, this local price action here, is what? It's actually a bearish price action, okay? It's a range, I agree, but from here to here, it's a very bearish price action. It's not really, a place where I would look for longs, definitely not. So, what I would love to see is a price action towards this yellow box, breaking this basically, support level. If that happens, that would be really amazing, because that will induce a lot of fear. I want to see here price action that really is not in line with this price action, meaning the price action here should not confirm the price action here, if you understood what I mean. So I want to see some more like some range bound price action before I'm gonna open a long position on Bitcoin. And I believe that if that happens, then it could easily head towards 120K again. So I'm not too worried about Bitcoin, and as you guys know, Bitcoin is trading for a lot of days, many days, 104 days above the 100K mark, which is actually a beautiful thing to see. I mean, 100K was something we only could dream of in the previous cycles, and now Bitcoin is trading for more than 104 days above the 100K mark. Excellent, beautiful price action. Okay, guys, this is it for today. Hope you enjoyed it. Until the next time, see you around. Bye.